Welcome everyone. The meeting just after 4 o'clock. Thank you for your presence. For the record, we have Councillor Darryl Hudson as President, Councillor Robert Trepp, Councillor Jennifer Graffin, Councillor Chris Meekers, Councillor Jason Sewell. Ash Jones. Oh, sorry, Ash Jones is here. I had you down as turning up. The staff have our CEO, Manisha Bhavkar, our Manager of Governance, Corporate Community Services, Carly Rose, Ben Forbes as Manager of Infrastructure and Projects, Ms Rochelle Wall as Manager of Corporate Services, and Maddie Sumpton, who is the Executive Assistant. And we have one member of the public, the CBH, Emma Hart. Sorry, Emma Hart. Welcome, Emma.
Thank you.
I hope we're not too boring. We have no public questions. We have one disclosure of interest, the CEO, on item number 4.3. Okay. We do a minute silence, no? Do that now. So we have one local resident, former post staff for Mr. Albert Carroll, who died last week, and just need 1 minute silence. If you could do that, please, Vicky. Thank you, council staff and Emma. So note on Bert Carroll used to be the postmaster before Al Pease was there, long-term resident up in Dongra. Any applications for leave of absence for May or June? No, there is none.
May.
Councillor Meekins for May. Someone like to move that, please? Councillor Jones, seconded Councillor Graffin. All those in favour? We've got 6 left. Full house. So petitions or presentations. Confirmation of the minutes. Someone go down to Officer Recommendation 8, that simple majority assured Section 5.22 and 3.1 of the Local Government Act, the minutes of the Asset and Works Committee meeting held on the 23rd of March and presented attachment 8.1 be received. Have I missed a bit?
Yeah.
I have. Go back to here, so
Resolution 7.
bigger writing also. So Officer Recommendation 7, sorry, that by simple majority pursuant to Section 5.22 and 3.18 of the Local Government Act, the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on the 24th of March 26 of the Senate attachment 7.1A, and the minutes of the special council meeting held on the 1st of April 26, the Senate attachment 7.2A be confirmed as a true and correct record of proceedings. Have a mover, please. Councillor Sewell, second Councillor Meekins, all those in favour? It's carried 6-0. We go on to Officer Recommendation 8, and I read a minute ago that by simple majority issued to Section 5.22 and 3.18 of the Local Government Act, the minutes of the Asset and Works Committee held on the 23rd of March 26 as presented in attachment 8.1A be received. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Jones, Councillor Trepper seconded. All those in favour? That's carried 6-0. There's no recommendations. Just one announcement by the President without discussion. Anzac Day on the weekend was very well attended for a long weekend. Thank all the council that helped and came along, but big thanks to Maddie who ran the show. He did a very good job with the ex-RSL guy. I was very happy how it ran, and the CEO could pass on the thanks to the garden staff who had the and farm looking really good in the garden. So thanks to those staff members who helped make a very good day of it. Okay. Financial activity statement. So we have gone through the financial activity statement. No other comments. We'll move to the officer recommendation 11.1 that council by simple majority pursuant to regulation 34 of the local government financial management regulations 1996 receives a draft statutory financial activity statement and report in the period of March 26 and presented attachment 11.1a. Someone like to move that, please? Councillor Tripp and Councillor Jones to second it. All those in favour? And it's carried 6-0. List of accounts paid and credit cards, so no further comment on those. We'll go to the officer recommendation that council by simple majority pursuant to section 6.8 of the Local Government Act 95 and Regulation 12 and 13 of the Local Government Financial Management Regulations receives a report from the CEO on the exercise of delegated authority in relation to creditor payments from the Shire of Dowerin Community Fund as presented in attachment 11.2a and 11.2b as detailed below. Someone like to move that, please? Councillor Graffin and second Councillor Sewell. All those in favour? Thank you, councillors. Item 11.3, the temporary use of the term deposit funds for cash flow management. Just have term deposits coming up, so management wish to use that to get us through the end of June. So officer recommendation 11.3 that council notes the current cash flow position and timing delays in grant income. 2, endorses the use of funds from matured term deposits and upcoming Bendigo term deposit to make short-term financial commitments. 3, notes the budgeted reserve transfers of $900,039 has been exceeded on a temporary basis due to timing differences. 4, supports the replenishment of utilised funds upon receipt of grant income by the end of the financial year. And 5, requests ongoing updates on cash flow positions as part of the regular financial reporting. Someone like to move that, please? Councillor Jones, seconded Councillor Graffin. All those in favour? It's carried 6-0. So item 12, the council procurement policy, and through 2 workshops, so you should have that down pat by now. Officer recommendation 12.1 that council by a simple majority adopts policy 3.11 procurement policy as presented in attachment 12.1b, replaces existing policy 3.11 purchasing policy as presented in attachment 12.20. Someone would like to move that, please? Councillor Graffin, seconded Councillor Meekins. All those in favour? Against? We recorded that Councillor Sewell has voted against, but we have a 5-1 majority. Committee representation and appointment, which is item 12.2. The officer recommendation 12.2 that by absolute majority in accordance with sections 5.11 and 7.1 of the Local Government Act, Council 1 notes the resignation of Councillor Adam Metcalf and the resolving vacancies on council committees and external representation. 2, declares the following positions vacant and calls for nominations to fill these vacancies. We have an Asset Works Committee Chair required, a Bushfire Advisory Committee member required, and a Regional Road Group Council representative required. So council appoints the following. Could you help me out here, please?
Chair, as the Asset and Works Committee Chairperson, we have Councillor Tripp. Asset and Works Committee Proxy will be Councillor Sewell. The Shire Advisory Committee member will be Councillor Hudson, and the Regional Road Group, which is an external committee, council representative will be Councillor Hudson.
And notes all other committee member endorsed appointments remain unchanged. And,
Through the chair to add that it will be reviewed when a new councillor is appointed.
so the new council will be appointed by July, and we will review those appointments.
Through the chair, also, I was Councillor Jones's proxy to the Assets Alliance. I would be a member of it. Okay. You don't have to proxy, but yeah, it's fine. I'll just,
I guess,
the deputy.
someone like to move that, please? Councillor Nathan, the seconder. Councillor Sewell, all those in favour? That's carried 6-5. We go to the CEO Performance Review Panel. So just read for a minute, please. We need the CEO's Performance Review Panel to be elected. I need help with this too, was Councillor Graffin and Councillor Meeker. After recommendation 12.3, that council by absolute majority, 1, adopts attached Shire of Dowerin CEO performance and salary review policy. 2, establish a CEO performance review panel comprising the Shire president and 4 elected members named below. So, President, myself, Deputy Councillor Trett, Tracy Jones, who will be the independent panel member, Councillor Graffin and Councillor Meekins. 3, appoints the Shire President and presiding member of the panel. 4, authorise the panel to undertake the CEO's annual performance and salary review in accordance with the Local Government Act, Salaries and Allowance Act 1975, and adopt the policy. 5, request the panel to report its findings and recommendations to council for formal endorsement. Would someone like to move that, please? Councillor Graffin and Secretary Councillor Sewell. All those in favour? 6-5. Thank you. Could you announce that? Just for your information, and I didn't point it out, but this is recorded. Okay, the work health and safety policy is item 12.4. There's no further comment on that. And we'll go to the officer recommendation 12.4, that council by simple majority pursuant to section 2.7 and 5.41 of the Local Government Act 95 resolves to adopt the revised policy 7.9 work health and safety policy with amendments as noted in the council report and presented in attachment 12.4a. Would someone like to move that, please? Councillor Graffin and second Councillor Jones. All those in favour? Carried 6-0. And item 12.5, the renaming of Dowell Street in Minabah to McDowell Street. After community consultation through Guy Hattle, she worked out that McDowell was killed. Stuart McDowell was killed in the First World War. Had a street named after him, but unfortunately they got the name wrong to McDowell. So we have an undertaking to correct that. Officer recommendation 12.5, that council 1 endorses the commencement of community stakeholder consultation on proposed renaming of Dowell Street, Minabah to McDowell Street. Authorise the CEO to undertake consultation in accordance with the geographic naming policies of Landgate. 3, notes the historical context of the proposal, including the service of Stuart McDowell, soldier of the 16th Battalion AIF, and his commemoration on the Menon Gate Memorial to the missing in Dowerin War Memorial, and 4, request a further report to be presented to Council following completion of consultation, including a summary of submissions and offer of recommendation for consideration on whether to proceed with the proposed rename. Someone like to move that? Councillor Graffin. and Councillor Sewell. Everyone in favour? That's carried 6-0. Establishment of the Dowerin Home Care Subcommittee. Item 12.6. So, officer recommendation 12.6 that council by absolute majority pursuant to sections 5.8, 5.9 to 5.1 of the local, so that's 5.10 of the Local Government Act 95. One establishes Dowerin Home Care Subcommittee as a committee of council to provide strategic oversight, advice and governance support for the Shire Home Care Services. 2, adopts the terms of reference of the Dowerin Home Care Subcommittee as attached to attachment 12.6A, Home Care Subcommittee terms of reference. And 3, declares vacant the following position for the Dowerin Home Care Subcommittee and calls for nomination from elected members present at the meeting. So we have a chair, deputy and member required, and 4. So we'll go through that now, Carl. You happy with that? So the chair would be myself.
So we have Councillor Hudson as chair, Councillor Sewell as the deputy, and Councillor General.
Just a reminder that everyone's happy to sit on that committee and see what goes on as they see fit. You just can't vote. Home care, so that's the Home Care Subcommittee appointed and requests the CEO provide administrative support to the subcommittee and facilitate meetings in accordance with adopted terms of reference. Someone like to move that? Councillor Tripp and Councillor Graffin seconded. All those in favour? It's carried. So, and the last item, and they're going to be happy, is the item 14, urgent business. Development application, CBH Group, the Dowerin Site 2. Thank the CEO for the work they've done over the weekend to get this up for today. So, officer recommendation 12.6, a council by simple majority approves the development application. It's lodged on the 25th of February 26, subject to the following conditions. These conditions require clearance by the agency known with each conditions. The conditions are 1 to 6 as below. And then there is some advice notes, 5 advice notes. I won't read all those out. Would someone like to move that, please? So Sewell and Councillor Meagans as second. Would you like to speak for the motion, Councillor Sewell? Councillor Meagans, all happy with it? Any questions or comments? Comments, CEO?
Definitely would like to comment through the chair. This represents one of the largest and most complex development applications considered by the Shire in my time, at least, I believe in years. The Shire planning team has invested significant time working through the proposal in close consultation with CBH. So thank you, Emma, and your team, with considerable back and forth to ensure all planning, environmental and operational matters are appropriately addressed. From an organisation perspective, this is a major strategic project supporting the district's core agricultural economy. It's also noted that CBH will be progressing the project through its board for final consideration, I believe, in June. Am I, if I'm not wrong?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
What there are acknowledged impacts to nearby sensitive uses, which is included in the DA application. These have been carefully assessed and are considered manageable through the recommended conditions and development oversight, achieving a balanced outcome between economic benefit and local community.
Have you any questions, Emma?
No, I don't have any questions, but I'm here to answer questions. Councillor
Any questions to Emma? Councillor Tripp?
It's not a question, just to speak to the motion. I'd just like to commend CBH for finally getting after this. It's going to take a lot of grain, heavy traffic, heavy haulage off the northern Pithara road, which, even though it's not under our jurisdiction, I have to drive that road every week, and it's an appalling state. So good job. It will speed up efficiency at CBH, and I, as a CBH shareholder, will benefit from that. So I really appreciate the effort that CBH has put into this, and hope that there hasn't been any perception of difficulty in getting this over the line. We're just doing our due process.
Yep.
So,
I know, I mean, through the chair, I would also just like to commend the Shire on the work that they've done. As Minister alluded to, it's a pretty substantial application for a very significant project. And noting that some information was only able to be provided quite late towards the end there. So we really appreciate all the work by the Shire to get this to you today for a decision. As the Minister mentioned, we're hoping to go to our board for approval to release funds for this project in June. We still need to get across the line with Dowerin for a clearing permit, but we are close to that as well. So once we've got all our approvals in hand and our funding secured, we'll start moving into execution and looking for contractors to help us deliver this. We met Declan the last time we came out. He was a very hands-on project manager, so I'm sure you'll get used to seeing his face around site a lot more of him moving to that stage. But thank you, Shire, for their work to get us to this point.
Yeah, through the chair, I have a question. So, with the advice notes and the recommendation, what are they called? Recommendations? What are the first things called?
Conditions attached.
The conditions, sorry. Yeah. Do CBH see any issues with those conditions?
No, not at all. Most of those conditions are fairly standard. We've seen very similar conditions on other projects of ours, and I don't foreshadow any issues with addressing those.
Okay, no, any further comments, questions? Then we'll put it to the vote. All those in favour? Carried 6-1. Thank you, councillors, and yeah, on council's behalf, Emma, look forward to the project going ahead. And thank you for your time. So I hope we can get through to the end and have a new facility there and not too many hassles. So thank you very much. So there's no elected members, motions, no matters behind closed doors. So I close the meeting at 25 past 4 and thank councillors and staff and Emma for their attendance.
Thank you.
Thank you.